You ever notice how men today are starving? Not starving for food, not starving for money, not even starving for success, starving for connection. We live in a world where men are surrounded by noise, but starving for real voices. We've got hundreds of friends on our phones, but nobody we can call at 2 in the morning when the weight is too heavy. And here's the truth. Most men are not failing because they're weak. They're failing because they're isolated. Because somewhere along the way, we got taught that vulnerability is dangerous, that opening up makes you less of a man, that the strong thing to do is to carry it all alone. Let me tell you something. That's not strength. That's a slow death. See, the fear of vulnerability isn't about weakness. It's about survival. It's about the boy who grew up hearing "man up," the teenager who learned that showing emotion gets you laughed at, the adult man who built armor so thick that now even he can't feel what's underneath it. But here's the problem with armor. It doesn't just keep the pain out. It keeps the life out.
The truth is, the opposite of vulnerability isn't strength. It's loneliness, and loneliness will eat you alive from the inside out. I knew a man once, a guy you'd look at and think, he's got it all together. Tall, solid, confident walk, successful business. But when the doors closed, he was drowning. Anxiety, anger, nights staring at the ceiling, wondering what the hell he was even doing all this for. But he didn't tell anyone. Because who would he tell? His boys? Nah, they'd just tell him to grab a beer and forget about it. His family? He didn't want them to worry. So he carried it alone. Until one day, he didn't show up to work. Didn't answer the phone, didn't respond to texts. When his friend finally checked on him, he found him sitting in the dark, not moving, just done. That's what happens when a man has no brotherhood, when there's no one to say, "Hey, I see you, you're not okay," and that's okay.
See, brotherhood isn't about having guys to watch the game with. It's about having men in your life who refuse to let you sink. Men who will call you out when you're slipping. Men who won't just toast to your wins, but will walk with you through your losses. Here's what most men don't understand. Confidence doesn't come from pretending you've got it all figured out. It comes from knowing you've got a crew who will still stand beside you when you admit you don't. Control isn't about holding everything in until you explode. It's about having men you can unload to before the pressure destroys you. Mystery isn't about being distant. It's about being grounded in yourself so deeply that even when you share your struggles, you never lose your sense of who you are. You need men in your life who challenge you, men who aren't impressed by your image because they've seen you in the trenches, men who push you to do the hard things, the workouts, the late nights, the honest conversations, because they know the man you're becoming. The fear of vulnerability dies in the presence of true brotherhood. Because when you've got the right men around you, you realize vulnerability isn't the opposite of strength. It's the proof of it. Look, you can try to do this alone. You can keep the mask on, keep the armor tight, keep pretending you're good while the weight builds inside your chest. Or you can build your circle. Start small. One man you trust. One conversation where you tell the truth. One moment where you let yourself be seen without the filters. And what you'll find is power. Not the fake loud look at me power, the quiet, unshakable kind that comes from knowing you're not alone in the fight. So here's my challenge to you. Find your brothers. Not your drinking buddies, not your weekend crowd. Your brothers. the ones who will sit with you in the dark and not flinch, the ones who will call you out when you're out of line, the ones who will fight for you when you can't fight for yourself. Because no matter how strong you think you are, a lone wolf dies faster than a wolf with a pack. If you want to win in this life, in love, in business, in the battles no one sees, you need brotherhood more than you need air. Don't wait for it to show up at your door. Build it. Find it. Be it. And when you do, you'll discover that the fear of vulnerability isn't fear at all. It's the doorway to the life you've been missing. Like and subscribe for more life-changing rules. Your strength isn't in how much you can carry alone. It's in the men you choose to carry it with you.